Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to The Lost Legends of Redwall, The Scout, Act number 3, or more specifically, we're now in episode 8. So, here we are ladies and gentlemen, we're in flipping Redwall of all places, in Cavern Hole, so I'm actually quite happy about this because I was always just kind of curious, you know, as I've said before, if at any point in these games we were ever actually going to go to Redwall itself. Well, our question has been answered, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. Now, we've talked to a few people around here already. We've also got all these big pies here, which apparently we can't really do anything with because we haven't actually gathered all the jams, I guess. So I guess you're supposed to be able to do something with that as a bonus. Did we talk to you in the corner there?
Mr. Starthistle.
Oh,
I'm glad
I don't
to
know
see
if we
you somewhere
did.
other than locked away in your catacomb study.
What do you mean
Oh,
by
it's you,
that?
Pickerel.
My study is quite pleasant, though I am eager to dive into the Redwall library. Though I was hoping to see my brother Jeb here too. I can't help but worry for him, what with all those rats causing a ruckus.
Oh, you mean Captain Jeb? Oh, Mrs. Starthistle, your brother is safe. I met with him in Portman Slough. He's living there. You asked me to take good care of this amulet, and I have.
Oh.
In fact, it saved my life a good few times. But I think our journey together has come to an end. Here, it belongs to you.
He's still living in that swamp. Of course he is. But he's safe, you say? That does ease my heart some. Not that he'd bother to come check on me. Say, you didn't happen to find any torn pages of a journal along your journey, did you? They'd look odd to uneducated eyes such as yours.
Whoa.
Probably wouldn't mean much. Belong to a certain Gingerbeer Green Eyes?
Ah, unfortunately, no.
Well, I did technically find
couldn't
some of them.
any.
Well, I guess I can't expect much more from someone such as yourself. No offense meant, of course, but you aren't trained in the scholarly ways such as I am. If you happen to go out again, do look for them. They're likely to be spread about in strange chests. If you bring me the whole set, why, I would be a happy mouse of academia, that is for certain.
You know what? I kind of don't want to talk to you now. If you basically just insulted me. Good lord. I mean, I do technically have a few of them, but I guess you have to have the whole set in order to give them to him. Alright, fine. We'll talk to you about
I'm
Gingerbeer.
sorry I couldn't collect Gingerbeer's journal for you, Mr. Starthistle. Was it important?
All relics of history are important.
Gush's
and
voice.
Gingerbeer played a major role in the history of Redwall, in the history of all Mossflower. His personal records are, why, they're priceless. I believe his descendant lives somewhere around here. I intend to meet him before returning to Lily Grove. Perhaps he can shed some light on Gingerbeer's story.
So, yeah, the thing is, like, obviously if this is taking place around about the same time as, well, or just before the Redwall original story, because there was a cat, wasn't there, in the original Redwall, whose name was Gingerbeer, so I wonder if it was intentional on Brian Jakes' part for him to be a descendant of the Gingerbeer who then appeared in Mossflower. What's next
What
for
do you
you?
plan to do from here?
I'll be returning to Lily Grove once the scouts deem it safe. I've already been away from my study too long.
Perhaps you should visit Captain Jeb on your way back.
My brother and I have been estranged a long time. He doesn't want to see me. That much is obvious.
I suspect Jeb felt the same way about you. He didn't think you'd ever want to see him. But somebody has to take the first step. It might as well be you.
Nice tea.
Perhaps. Well, I'll think about it. I can promise no more than that.
Alright, let's, another line that's not playing there, which is really strange. It's funny how certain
You'll
ones just
stay
don't
out of
seem to
trouble
do
now.
that. Okay, well, let's get away from him. He's a bit of a weird one. Okay, gosh, there's like so many people around here we can talk to, so many things we can look at. What do we got here? Found a new recipe. Tyria's turnip tarts. Well, let's get another recipe up here. Where would that be? It would be there. That one. Again, if you want to pause and read that, go right for it. There you go. Tyria's turnip tarts. Can we talk to these folks over here? Who are you,
hello
then?
there,
Oh, it's Laban.
Or Overwatch, I should say.
Hello, Laban. I hear you had the rats up and running with their tails between their legs.
That'd be Fraby you're thinking of. He did the shouting. I just stood beside him.
Alright. Yes, I forgot about your voice. Scouts.
Rather exciting after we left Lily Grove.
If you call it that. Though from what I've heard, not more exciting than what you and Liam experienced. We chased the rats out of the village, though I do think they were retreating anyway. Except for Scumsnout. But Captain Robin himself stood up to the Werrit. The captain tries to downplay it, say he didn't really do much, but I think the Werrit would have tried to slay us all had Robin not put up a fight.
Okay, what's next for
Now
you?
that we've all got vermin fighting experience, do you think we'll be getting in more scuffles out and about?
I hope not. I'm not much of a fighter myself. I've actually been thinking of asking Ruthworth to show me a thing or two about cooking. I've got quite a knack for it, you know. Not sure how, since my mum would burn water.
Freebie did once mention you bake a mushroom tart that is just to die for.
It's all in the nose, you see.
Well, I mean, if you are somehow managing to burn water, then yeah, you really are bad at cooking,
We'll
aren't
chat
you?
later, Laban.
I'll be in the kitchens, sniffing all those spices.
Well, good for you. Let's talk to Chef Dude.
Sophia Overwatch, you wee little scamp. Look at what a scout you turned into, eh? Your pa would be proud.
I'd say it's all thanks to that stew you helped me cook.
Really now, that's high praise indeed. Speaking of stew, I'm only here on account of something you said. Put a bee in my burrow, you did.
Me? What did I say?
And another line that's not playing. It's really weird, that, isn't it? I mean,
Said that?
In a manner of speaking, you did. And you were right. Just now, I was gabbing with Friar Hugo to drop my name in the hat. I've got until autumn to polish up my most favourite recipes and turn a few heads. Whatever happens, I owe it to you. So you had best hope I win.
okay, let's talk about pie.
Did you bake this pie, Rootsworth?
I may have given Friar Hugo a few pointers here and there.
Oh, okay, and that's the end of his conversation. Do you not have more?
Sophie?
I'd say...
Really?
Me? I said that?
In a ma-
Yeah, what's next? We can always ask him, yeah, what's your next plan?
What's next on your journey?
wonder. I'll make sure the kitchens share their secrets. And then I'll add my own special twist.
I think they may have more to learn from you than you do from them. I hear even Redwallers know of Rootsworth's legendary stew.
Oh, quit bloating my head. Say, what Redwall recipe would you like me to take back for our next Scout family supper?
Oh, gosh, okay. Marinated cabbage, no thanks, that sounds disgusting. Apple mint ice cream, candied chestnuts. Candied chestnuts are a common thing in Redwall, so let's go with that.
The candied chestnuts here are just delectable. Oh, I admit, I may have eaten a few too many.
Excellent suggestion.
Okay, there we are.
We'll chat more later.
So long, Overwatch. In the meantime, I think I might just go say hello to Columbine.
Oh, one of the old ones, over on the couch over there, along with Belladora, who was very ungrateful to me. Terrible person. Let's talk to Glimmer instead, he'll probably be nice.
Oh, hello, Miss Sophie. I do see now why my pups did be liking this here Redwall. Everybody be being so welcoming.
Aye, and they sure know how to throw a feast.
If I was about to say, are we going to talk about Mila? We're going to talk about Stoke Girl, who's just vanished off back into the mines.
I wonder where Mila is.
Well, not mines, the
I've
Otter's
been
Den.
thinking about little Miss Mila since the moment we did arrive. You knows, I be thinking Miss Mila's okay, I do.
How can you know?
I don't be knowing. I just be hoping, but Miss Mila be a strong woodlander, she be. Stronger than I.
You're strong too, Glimber. Just look how far you've come since the mines.
I do be owing some of that to Miss Mila, I do be. No, I never got to give her flowers, I did pick her.
Okay, there you go. What's next for
Are you
you?
going to head back to Camp Silver Sands now that the rats have gone?
I do suppose someone will be needing to repair all the damage from the flooding, but I did speak with Formole, and he be saying we ought to wait till spring for that, or... I was thinking, though, I think I may be wanting to stay here at Redwall, or... Formole, if I mole he be offering me work.
Oh, that's wonderful, Glimber. You would make a fantastic Redwall mole. But why do you seem hesitant?
Oh, it just be my mum.
Figured, yeah.
She's still back at my home village, and I suppose I ought to be getting back to her.
Glimber, I think your mother would be very proud of you for finally going off on your own and chasing your dreams. If you want to stay and work at Redwall, without a doubt she would give you her blessing to do so. Oh, maybe she could even come join you. Martin knows the Redwall healers may be able to help with her affliction.
Miss Sophie really be thinking so?
I do. The world is a big place, Glimber. You've got to explore it.
I think you be right. I'm going write Mom a letter tonight. Will you help me write it?
Of course I will.
Right.
Anything for a friend.
I
A
forgot.
friend.
You can't read or write.
Oh, thank you, Miss Sophie.
Do you know what I do kind of like about his character? He looks like his idle animation when he's looking at you, when you're talking to him. He's like nodding along there.
See you around, Glimber.
Bye-bye, her.
Alright, well, we talked to him there. That's pretty good. You know, look at all these here characters. Gosh, we can talk to so many creatures in here, can't we? Which is pretty impressive. Who are you?
Oh, my
Another
tail
brother.
is quivering in anticipation of tasting a slice of that pie. Impressive work, gathering all the jam yourself.
Well, thank you very much, old boy.
Welcome to Redwall Abbey, young scout.
Okay, you just, well, some of these, you know, they just have random little lines and all that. Who are
I
you?
had no doubt
Oh,
you'd
it's Robin.
succeed, Sophia Overwatch. Well done.
Should have recognised
Saving
him.
Liam, defeating a Werret. How do you feel about going down in Scout history?
It would be beyond me, Captain. I couldn't have done any of those things without the help of my friends.
All the better a reason to be remembered. You know the villagers here are already sharing your tale. Each and every one of them is going on about how it was you who was there to lend a paw whenever something foul crossed their path. Remember well, there will always be the work, and yet there is always also the woodlanders for whom the work is done. You, on your first real test, have learned a rare lesson.
What do you mean?
That our mission is always about people. Flesh and blood, paws and burrows. It's the people that we serve in the end. Well done, Scout. You wear your lily well.
Thank you, sir. You have no idea how much that means to me.
Oh, and now we talk. So, Scrimpaws was next. How are you, Scrimpaws?
Captain, I wasn't able to protect the Scrimpaws. The youngest, Mila, she ran away. And Bolo betrayed his father, and now both he and Valor are in the rat's clutches. I feel such a weight in my heart. Surely there was something more I could have done.
The Scrimpaws have always faced such hardship. Our world provides plenty. But I think, Overwatch, that you did what you could. Now it is a question of what do we do next.
Tussa and I have been speaking of a plan. We want to go out and search for Mila, find her and bring her somewhere safe. Then we will travel west, find the rats, find Valor. Would you help us, Captain?
Sophia, I would go to the ends of the world for Valor Scrimpaw. I will lend you my paw in any way I can.
Oh, that's nice to know. So, we could have just started with how are you rather than anything else before getting straight into the plan, but what's next?
Captain, I want you to know that even after this quest, I haven't changed my mind about being a scout. Actually, I've never felt more of a passion for our cause.
I'm glad of it. I fear those dedicated to protecting the forest have never been more necessary. You may even have the makings of a captain in you, Overwatch.
Oh, I don't know about that.
How are you then?
True, you faced Scumsnout yourself, Captain.
Oh, okay.
After Liam and I left for Almost Crete.
I thought it was just going to be a
Did
usual,
you hear
know,
that?
Oh, how are you doing?
Don't be mistaken. I'm not the hero of that tale. If Coyle and the scouts hadn't set up a diversion to draw his attention away from the village, and if you hadn't blinded him in your own lighthouse stunt, I would never have succeeded at driving him away.
But are you all right?
A few scratches and scars, but nothing of concern. The healers are insisted on treating me with calendula, but I'll be just fine.
Cool.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to serve as a scout.
I know you'll continue to do us proud.
I know I don't really say much sometimes in these episodes, but, you know, sometimes you just let the sort of game do all the talking for you. You all right there? Sniffing at that barrel? How's it going? I should be checking my scent, actually. Oh, my gosh, look at all the scents in here of all the creatures.
I can't believe you really fought off a Werret, all on your own. You're a little like Martin yourself, aren't you?
Oh, thank you very much for saying. Oh, it's, well, were you the person who was on that raft?
Sophia
Freebie,
Overwatch,
that's it.
in the flesh.
Hello, Freebie. It's so good to be reunited with the scouts.
Aye, who knew we'd all be together so soon? And in Redwall.
We haven't spoken to you, Fraby, in a long, long time. See, that was who was... Okay, you remember on the raft where you're going through the forest and you have to follow the spirit of Martin? And for a second I was looking at the figures on the raft and I thought, hang on, who's that there? It was him. For some reason it put him on the raft, I think, instead of Tusser. Which I guess, maybe that's just another little bug or slight oversight. Probably if you were playing as Liam, it would normally be Fraby there, I'm guessing. But because we're playing as Sophia, it should have been Tusser instead. I guess that's how it should have gone. Scouts.
Freebie, what happened after Liam and I left the lighthouse? Are the scouts all okay?
Aye, everyone is as jolly as ever. I mean, as jolly as we can be with our entire village being ransacked. We've all got some scrapes and bruises, but luckily no losses. Though that battle between Scumsnout and Robin, sure was a sight.
The what?
Aye, didn't you hear? After you left, that Scumsnout stumbled down from the lighthouse, partly blind, though his eyes burned with fury nonetheless. He went to march right back to the village, but Robin stepped right into his path. Oh, we all thought he was a goner, but Robin isn't our captain for nothing. Can you believe it? He faced Scumsnout head on, and though he's got the scars to show for it, he drove the werret away.
What a brave mouse.
Good for him then. Tusser.
Tusser is certainly happy to see you.
Well, I don't like being away from my fellow scouts for too long either.
I meant happy to see you. Specifically, you.
Me? Oh, I haven't the slightest idea what you mean.
Don't
Well,
you?
I've heard rumours that Tusser very much enjoys spending time with you.
I say.
Well, she's quite the capable scout, isn't she? Why wouldn't I enjoy the company of a capable scout? I did hear she got stuck up in a pine surrounded by rats, though, and an owl had to come rescue her. Oh, only Tusser. She makes for a great partner, that's for sure.
You mean like a life partner?
Wink.
Life partner? What do you mean? Oh, wait, no, I meant like a scout partner, of course.
Really?
Bloosh.
Because I think you two would make excellent life partners, as well as scout partners.
Well, Tusser is a rather... Oh, did Liam put you up to this? Oh, he did, didn't he? Oh, soon as that mouse's shoulder's all healed up, I swear I'll put it right back out of the socket.
Don't you know what I mean, Freebie? Because I think you might. Considering the way you always look to her first when you make a joke, or smile at her laugh.
Wow, playing matchmaker now. What's next?
So the scouts are cleaning up the village. Do you think it will be long until it's ready to return to?
Robin will receive word when it's time, but I don't imagine it'll be too long, do you? All the scouts are busy working, and I heard some moles even stopped by to help out.
Cool.
Bye, Freebie.
Until later, Overwatch.
I do marvel at the number of voices, of course, in these games, because they have so many characters. It's quite something, isn't it? Alright, who we got over here?
Well, if it isn't Sophia Overwatch herself, for what honour do I have in greeting such a celebrity?
Oh, Mr. Coyle, please. I've only just begun my journey as a scout.
Aye, and you've proven yourself to be more than worthy of the scout name. You've done well, Overwatch. However, since you asked, it seems to me you spent a dreadful amount of time looking after every wet snout and bruised tail you came across. Every single one of them sang your praises to Robin and me.
Except Belladora.
Oh, well, I was just doing a scout's duty, sir.
Aye, and we're proud of you, Overwatch. A bit of public service is always good for the public image, of course. But remember to stay focused when you're on mission. Do you, Ken?
Yes, I can indeed. We're going to talk to most people in here, I think, ladies and gents, so apologies if this whole episode is just me and Cavern Hole. What's next?
Will we be heading back to Lilygrove soon?
Aye, that's the plan. Once the village is rebuilt, we'll escort the Lilygrovers back to their homes. I'll actually be heading back sooner to oversee the restoration, while Robin will remain here, meeting with the abbot, as well as other scout captains on what's all occurred.
I'm out of tea. About
I
Lilygrove.
must thank you, Mr. Coyle, for escorting the villagers to Redwall. Although my quest and my thoughts were heavy with Liam, I couldn't help but worry for the others.
That's a scout's job, to defend and protect. You know, Overwatch, your mother and sisters were in our travelling party, and I swear, for every pine we passed, all they could do was ask about you. I told them what a mighty scout you've become, and they were so proud.
They were proud?
Of course! and rightly so.
It's just
Rightly.
my family wasn't so supportive of me joining the cause.
Well, they didn't seem that way to me. You should go visit them. I believe I saw them gathering fruit in the gardens.
I will. Thank you, sir.
Interesting. Did we ever meet Sophia's family?
It really is good to see
don't
you
think we
again,
did.
Mr. Coyle.
Enjoy Redwall while we're here, Overwatch.
I have noticed there is also a document over there for us to pick up. Okay, your glasses are familiar. We've met you before, but I can't remember your name.
Do my eyes
Albert, that's
deceive
it.
me? Is that a rapscallion standing before me, or a proud scout?
Oh, Albert, it's wonderful to see you.
I never doubted I'd see you safe behind these walls. Not for a single moment.
What happened after Silver Sands, old boy?
Was everyone all right after we split up at Camp Silver Sands?
Ah, yes. I think you scouts inspired in us the power of, cooperation. We worked together to bring the supplies back to Lily Grove. And after that, Robin and the rest of the scouts escorted us here, to Redwall.
Okay, his voice reminds me of someone, but I can't quite put my finger on who it is. Like, I've heard a voice similar to his before, but it's gonna bother me a bit, that.
What's your next move then, Albert?
Honestly, I'm having a joyous time spent in the Abbey. Sometimes I wonder if I should have joined the Brotherhood myself. I think I'd have made a fine Abbey mouse. Don't you?
Brother Albert, it suits you. Do you mean to stay then?
No. Lily Grove is where I was born, and Lily Grove is where I will live out the rest of my days. I'll return home as soon as we can. Hopefully the rats haven't done too much damage to my shop.
Hopefully
I'll
not.
talk to you later, Albert. For now, I've got to go greet everyone else.
Very well. See you later.
Indeed. So basically, you can sort of recognise, I think, characters who are going to have lots of lines of dialogue by the fact that they're wearing not these sort of Abbey habits. Like, you see these ones lined up here? They're all wearing sort of habits, which is like the Redwall kind of outfit, so they probably will just have singular lines. Who are you?
Good to see you again.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, it's these two.
I have been just itching to see you. When we saw Cheese Thief and his crew follow you after the flood, Brunock and I were so worried.
I wasn't worried. I knew they could handle themselves.
Oh, yes, you were. You were just quivering in your fur. Oh, but look at you now. A fully fledged scout. Defeating whole rat armies on your own.
Oh, no. That's certainly an exaggeration.
Oh, please. I know you're just being humble.
What happened after Silver Sands? I mean, we kind of heard it already from them, but let's hear it from them too.
When you all left Camp Silver Sands, what happened?
Well, we brought the supplies back to Lily Grove, like we planned. It was a long journey, but no rats gave us trouble. Thank goodness. After delivering the supplies, a few of the scouts, such as Robin, Coyle and Laban, escorted us all to Redwall.
I am glad you all made it safely.
Cheese Thief and his crew chased after you, leaving us an opening to escape. I don't think we would have gotten far otherwise.
Kind of glad actually, because it seems to be sort of treating these two together, so it means I don't think we'll need to talk to her separately, I'm guessing, so we can sort of get through these two fairly quick.
What are you two going to do now? Lily Grove's a wreck.
Well,
I'm assuming
the scouts
that's the
are busy
case
at work
anyway.
rebuilding the village, as are some moles who came to help from nearby. Isn't that nice? They say Captain Robin will let us know when it's all right to return. Brunock and I are itching to get back. Actually, Brunock wishes he were back right now, working away at the construction process. He always does like a bit of hard work, and maybe a chance to show off.
I've actually got big plans for Foxglove and me while here at the Abbey. I'm gonna take her down to the gardens. She loves flowers, you know.
It's true, I do.
And then I'll take her to fish in the pond trout and stargaze up upon the wall. Then we'll explore the library and perhaps visit the recorder at St. Ninian's Church.
Oh, darling, we'll be busy till spring.
I'm just happy to be here with you.
Good for you two, deciding what you're going to do in the future.
Enjoy your stay.
You too.
Take care.
Yeah, let's go and read this document actually that's over here. It's glinting away, it's like, read me. To Constance. Oh, Constance. Yes, Constance was a character in original Redwall and a couple of other well, say a couple. She was in Matameo, I remember that. Was she in any others though? I can't remember. Dear Constance, we wanted to thank you for watching our Dibbons while we were away. It means the world to us that we could make the journey north to Humbleback without having to worry for their health. My father is surely happy to have his wife join him for a stroll in Dark Forest, but I confess I've yet to come to grips with it all. But I needn't dwell on your ears. I do hope my little sprouts weren't much trouble. To repay your kindness, I've sent a fresh batch of my gooseberry marmalade and some meadow cream scones. Please enjoy. And if ever we can provide a favour in return, you know where to come. Our door, though a bit small, is always open to you. Thankfully yours, Mr. and Mrs. Bankvole. They were characters, of course, as well. So, getting all the references to all the characters here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god, I just spied Ichabod over there. Okay, well, we'll talk to him in a bit. Let's go and talk to these guys who are in the sort of the middle here, because I don't think we've talked to them.
Have you seen Matthias?
Oh.
With his shoes too big for his feet.
Wait, is that him over there?
Oh. The poor lad's quite certainly going to trip if he keeps that up.
Matthias, is that you? Ah. Because I just noticed, like, if you look at his sandals, they're actually too big for him. Because that was the way the original Redwall starts. Because Matthias is young. He only has... his sandals don't fit him properly. That was the thing, wasn't it? He keeps tripping up.
The little Dibbons are aching to hear your tale again, young scout. Perhaps you can tell it by the fireside again this evening. And bring that handsome Glimmer along too.
Glimmer? I think his name is Glimber. Alright, let's talk to Matthias. Assuming it is him.
Oh, you're
Yes,
Sophia.
it is.
We haven't met yet. I'm Matthias. I heard all about your journey from the other Redwallers. I can't believe you came face to face with so many rats, and even a were-it. You must be just like Martin the Warrior.
Oh, not even close. Though, I certainly hope to live up to him. If not just a little. What a mouse he was.
That's what I think. He was the bravest, most courageous mouse that ever lived.
Interesting. So, another actual character from the books. Interesting that they've put him in there, though. That's the thing, you know, just as a little cameo, I guess. How about yourself, about Methuselah? More.
So, Matthias, what do you do here at the Abbey?
Oh, I've been helping out Brother Methuselah lately. He teaches me many things like Sparrow Talk and, of course, Redwall's history. But I admire the lives of the scouts, traveling Mossflower, fighting to protect your families, and strangers too. Do you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, very much so. It's an odd thing, though. On my quest, I was faced with the near death of my friends, as well as myself, at near every corner. At the time, I thought all I wanted was for the journey to come to an end. But I survived, and so did my friends. Only because we weren't afraid to fight for it. So I have to keep fighting. That way we and all the creatures of Mossflower can't be harmed by those who mean us ill. Those like Scumsnout.
Wow. That's truly inspiring, Sophia. Is it possible that one day I might be like you?
I think you can be whoever you want to be, Matthias.
Maybe you're right. Thank you, Sophia.
Yeah, a little inspirational there. So, interesting, yeah. Because at this stage of the story, obviously Clooney's not turned up at Redwall yet, so he's not yet become the sort of hero of the first story. Methuselah.
Do you know Brother Methuselah?
I wonder if he's
Of
around
course.
somewhere.
He's the Abbey gatekeeper, and it's said he's the oldest mouse to ever live at Redwall. I'm not sure if that's true, but he's a scholar, and the wisest one too. He can even speak the tongue of every creature in all of Mossflower.
Even bees? I didn't know that was possible.
It is. He's right over there if you want to speak with him.
Okay, so he is here. So we can talk to him. We can get another character about Redwall, about Martin. Let's talk about Redwall.
I can't imagine what it would have been like to grow up in a place like Redwall. What is it like? I feel like I've barely scratched the surface.
Well, I've never lived anywhere else. At least, I can't remember where I came from before. But it's wonderful here. Magnificent feasts, rich history, the best healers in all the forest. And of course, the walls are wondrous to look upon themselves.
Do you plan to join the Redwall Order one day?
I suppose so. That's why I'm studying with Methuselah, and that's what the abbot wants for me.
Interesting, yeah. It's funny, because I've noticed, talking to a few conversations around here, there are occasions where certain lines don't actually show up in the dialogue box, or like at least only part of the sort of dialogue kind of shows up and they say lines that aren't actually written there. Well, something else there.
Matthias,
Martin?
Martin is quite revered here at Redwall, isn't he?
Absolutely. The abbot always talks about how Martin forsook the ways of the warrior as he was older. But I think his warriorhood is the most incredible thing about him.
I agree. Say, have you ever heard of someone, seeing his ghost?
His ghost? I think maybe there have been rumors about such things, but I can't really say. Why? Did you see something?
I thought I saw a mouse in Portman Slough, but it was strange. You see, no one else saw him, but I could swear he was there, calling my name, showing me where to go.
Do you really think it was Martin? If it was, that makes you a true warrior, Sophia.
I don't have any other explanation for it.
They ought to make a tapestry of you.
Oh yes, that's right. Oh gosh, God, we can ask him even more. We can ask him about pie, we can ask him about the
Have you
Scrimpores.
heard of the Scrimpore family, Matthias?
He's got a lot of
They're
dialogue
stoats.
options.
Good stoats. Living out in Portman Slough. The father fellow, he's a healer just as skilled as the Redwallers.
Good stoats? I've never heard of anyone like that. Maybe you should ask Brother Methuselah. He knows just about everyone in all Mossflower.
And pie.
Oh, does every Redwall pie smell as delicious as this one?
Oh, okay, that's all he's got to say. I guess there was no other dialogue trees.
I heard all about...
Oh, that's what...
Hang on, let's just have a look. More. No. That's everything pretty much. So, it's interesting because
It was wonderful to meet you, Matthias.
on his About
Cheers,
Yourself
Sophia.
dialogue tree,
I hope to hear many more of your adventures
he
someday.
said that he didn't really know anything about himself, which I think matches kind of more up to the books, because I don't think the books really ever explain anything about Matthias other than he wasn't actually born at Redwall, he came from somewhere else. But we never actually found out. There was obviously the Redwall animated TV series by Nelvana back in the day, where they sort of gave a bit of backstory and says that he came from an unnamed village. You're wandering around, who we got round here? More folks to talk to. Where's Methuselah and all that? Is this Methuselah right here, the old-looking one? Oh, Tussa, you're here.
What a joy it is to see everyone here within the Abbey walls. You know, I used to think Lilygrove was huge. When I was a Debban, that is. But look at all of us now, fitting all right inside Redwall's cavern hole. This place is a castle.
It is rather magnificent, isn't it?
It's incredible. Although I do miss scurrying about the trees of Hilltop Camp. But I suppose us scouts will be returning to Lilygrove soon enough.
Yes. Yeah, I think this whole episode is going to be us talking to characters, because there's a lot of them in here. So, we're having a more sedate and laid-back episode this time.
So, about the Scrimpores.
I've already spoken to Brother Methuselah about our plan.
It's got to be
and he
Methuselah
supports
sat there.
us entirely. He's even going to help us gather others, like the squirrel and otter warriors from the nearby villages, who'll join us in our search for Mila.
And once we find Mila, we'll head west to the sea. Find out what those rats are really up to.
And hopefully find Valo as well.
We owe him this much. Are you ready for another adventure?
Look at my whiskers. They're already quivering with excitement.
If we're going to the sea, maybe we'll get to see Salamandastron as well. Freyby.
Freyby seems quite glad to see you.
Oh yes, he's
As
got
I
a thing
am to
for you.
him. Except somehow he heard about me getting stuck up in that pine in Old Moss Creek. He hasn't quit teasing me about it for a single moment. I think that blasted owl ratted me out. I swear, sometimes that mouse just...
Makes your heart flutter?
Oh, pollywogs. Aye.
You know,
Aye.
Freyby may feel the same way.
You think so? No, that's silly. He couldn't. We're just friends.
And you'll only ever be friends if you never tell him how you feel. Go, Tessa. Don't worry. You can do it.
Okay. You're right. It's time. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell him how I feel. Maybe tomorrow.
Alright, procrastinate on it then. What's next for
plan to
you?
return to Lilygrove then?
Once we complete our other plan, yes. The journey never really ends, does it?
The life of a scout.
Aye, the life of a scout.
I'm not sure I would have gotten Liam to Redwall without your help, Tessa. Thank you.
Oh, pish posh, you would have made it just fine. You're quite the scout, Sophia. Although I am glad I got to share this adventure with you. I'm glad that we're friends now.
I am too, Tessa.
Okay,
Let's
nice.
visit the kitchens together
Methuselah.
later this evening,
We
Tessa.
got to talk to him.
Aye. Bye for now.
Methuselah, old Methuselah. It is you, right?
Dear Scout.
No, it's not. Oh, it's him.
It's a blessing to see you and your betrothed here safe and sound.
Aye, I hope your journey went smoothly, Friar Thomas. How is Oleander?
Alive? Thanks to you. If only I could say the same about my house back in Lilygrove. Burnt to the ground by those wretched rats it was, along with all my books and scrolls.
I am terribly sorry, Thomas. I should have done something more to stop them.
But all the same, Oleander is here safe with me, and that's what matters in the end.
Yes, I remember in Act 1 there was a house that was burnt down, and I think I did have an option to save it, but I didn't. Was that your house? That was in Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. I really do wonder though, like, with this, does it read your Steam achievements if you have all of the games, and then sort of work out? Because if it does that, that would be incredible, wouldn't it? Oleander.
Brother Methuselah has agreed to allow Oleander to stay at Redwall, where, I believe, she can become the scholar she was born to be. She'll have the opportunity to study at his side, but she's rather homesick. Either way, yes, I will return to the village soon. I've got my own library to watch over.
And what's next? Well, you've just said what's next,
Do you
but...
plan to stay at Redwall long?
Until
Elaborate.
Captain Robin and the Scouts finish enough of the reconstruction of Lilygrove, I will be here, yes. I do enjoy spending time at the Abbey, however. Here I can peruse the library to my heart's desire. And by Martin, what knowledge is held within these walls?
Indeed.
I'll see you around later.
You certainly will.
You know, it occurs to me, obviously, in the main hall of Redwall, they always had the tapestry of Martin himself, which I'm curious if we'll actually see that at some point.
It's a blessing to see your betrothed mending so well. Our Abbey healers truly are gifted, wouldn't you say?
Cool. There is another Abbey brother or someone around here. We'll just talk to him and then we'll get to the people in the corner, including flippin' old Ichabod.
With all these stories of Lilygrove, I'm thinking I may need to take a journey there myself. Once it's rebuilt, of course.
I mean, of course. Yeah, you don't want to go now, do you? All right. You've probably just got one line.
It's such fun to have visitors from Lilygrove here. If only it were under better circumstances.
All right, Ichabod. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, I'll be. What do you want?
Man, you sound friendly.
I was simply hoping to say hello.
You didn't bother much to say hello upon my journey to Redwall, did you?
What do you mean?
Whatever do you mean? I did too help. Not to mention I saved your tail from the rats in Camp Silversands, did I not?
Well, yes, that's true. But you couldn't have bothered to assist any more.
I fetched you a bucket.
This is an extremely odd conversation, Mr. Cornsilk, especially considering how, if I recall correctly, you repeatedly emphasized that you didn't need any help.
He didn't need any help.
Well, I am sorry. Had I realized it was that important to you, I would have stopped.
I don't think you really mean that, but I like to be the bigger beast in these scenarios.
Sure you do.
Apology accepted.
I almost don't want to talk any more to you, but go on, we will.
I see the joy in your eyes, Mr. Cornsilk, even behind your cranky facade.
Whatever are you talking about?
Belladora.
Oh, yes. I suppose we are happy. Would be more so if our wretched sister didn't hate us so. Bella's just in tears over it. What's a mouse to do for his lady?
Try getting along, just ignore her. Yeah, you're talking about the other one. The one on the couch, right? Ignore her.
All you can do is be there for Belladora. Make sure she knows how loved she is, especially when she feels alone.
Aye, I'll do just that. But I'm not backing
Dora
down
Bella,
from
that was her
Dorabella's
name.
attempts at
Not
intimidating
Belladora.
me. Bella and I are happy together. I have no intention of giving that up. Not unless... Well, not unless it were Bella's wish.
Okie doke, yeah, so Dora Bella, sorry. It wasn't Belladora. Belladora is the one to the right.
Well, what do you plan to do now that we can't return to Lilygrove for a while?
Haven't quite made up my mind about that one.
Travel, stay at Redwall. Stay, I guess?
Redwall is the safest place right now. It wouldn't be wise to head off on your own.
I am more than capable of taking care of myself.
Of course you are. I should have anticipated this reply.
I will.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I'd only worry you might get stuck in another rat trap. You know, like the one in Camp Silver Sands.
I could have gotten myself out of that cage had I gotten the chance. I've had enough of you and your pious talk, Scout. Be on your way then, won't you?
Aye, aye. Very well.
God, he's so unfriendly.
I hope you enjoy Redwall, Mr. Cornsilk. Goodbye then.
Aye, goodbye now.
Alright, let's talk to Belladora.
Hello there. Lovely to see you doing well. Although, I thought I might have seen you more along the path to the Abbey.
Ah, yes. Well, I was rather preoccupied with Liam. Though, I must say, seeing you and Ichabod here together is truly a sight for sore eyes.
Dorabella, let's talk about
Pleasure
her.
to see you with Ichabod. Mr. Cornsilk. But where is Dorabella?
Oh, my sister isn't speaking to me. She's having such a fit over Ichabod. Mr. Cornsilk. Bother, it's just awful. How could she make me choose between him and her?
Stay with Ichabod, reconcile with Dorabella. No, stay with him. I mean, they're both pretty flippin' cranky, aren't they? It's not a real good choice. Where's the third option? Ditch both of them. This is a toss-up. I'm just going to make a random selection here. Oh gosh, here we go, and stop. Alright, Ichabod it is then.
He makes you happy, doesn't he? Dorabella may be cross now, but she's your sister and wants the best for you. If I may, go where your heart finds joy. She'll come around.
Perhaps you're right. I only wish she could find this kind of happiness for herself.
The decision is ultimately up to you.
I'll think about it. I just wish the two of them could get along.
Okay, you know what? That was actually quite a sort of nice neutral answer, diplomatic answer that was, Sophia. I liked that. Even though it was like forcing us to choose one of them, it was actually quite an answer in terms of, you know, not really committing either way. Nice.
I don't believe I've ever seen you smile so much, Belladora. What's got you so excited?
Well, it's this place. Isn't it just lovely? I feel I could spend a lifetime exploring this abbey. And of course, I've got Mr. Cornsilk here with me.
Do you think you might stay here?
I'm not certain. He has his tavern back in Lilygrove, and I helped Dorabella with the shop, but perhaps we could start a new life here.
Oh, that would be a lovely adventure.
Sure it
We'll
would,
talk
yeah.
later. For now, I've got to greet everyone else.
Bye for now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this whole episode is just talking. Oh, maybe that's Methuselah there, the one with the objective marker over him. Can we, I don't want to trigger anything. Hold on. Talk to these
Have
ones.
you met with Brother Methuselah yet? He has a host of wisdom few woodlanders can boast to possess.
Oh, we'll get to him in a sec, don't you worry. I like how there's nothing beyond that door up there, but...
With all these stories of Lilygrove,
Oh, wait, that's the same as that other
I
one.
may need to take a journey there myself.
Yeah, that's the same as one of the other ones we spoke to. Oh, Liam, what are you up to, old boy?
Liam,
Sophia.
we made it.
Aye, that we did. That we did.
The Scrimpores.
Have you thought much about the Scrimpores?
Aye, only too much. You and Tussa have been talking, haven't you? About going to find Mila.
Yes. We've been making plans. We intend to bring her home, or wherever it might be safe. Then we will bring back Valo and Bolo.
Whatever you do, I'm coming with.
Are you certain?
Of course. Soph, I don't think I'd be walking today if it weren't for Valo Scrimpore. But even if he hadn't done so much for us, helping him and his children is the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Journey success.
Oh, I am so relieved to finally be off the road. I think I need a nap all the way through to summer.
You carried me on your back all the way from Lilygrove to Redwall. You certainly deserve such a nap, Soph.
Well, it was mostly Glimber who did the carrying.
And that's another thing. Glimber, Tussa, the Lilygrove refugees. None of them would have made it here without you. You're a hero, Sophia Rymade.
Oh, I didn't do that much. But thank you, Liam. It was a long couple of days. I thought I might lose you.
You can't get rid of me that easily, Soph.
Mm-hmm. What else has he got to say? Wedding. Cool. We're going straight in, are we?
Well, once your shoulder is fully healed, we have a wedding to plan, don't we?
Are you still thinking of holding it here at the Abbey?
Oh, imagine how beautiful it would be. An archway in the gardens, A feast in the Great Hall?
I can't wait, my lady. More
Tim's
importantly,
fedora.
I can't wait to start this new adventure with you.
Sorry. Whenever I hear the word milady, I just think of fedora. Family.
Did you see, Liam? Our families are here.
Yes, and I'm ecstatic beyond imagination to see them. Coyle told me my brothers and sisters helped the scouts along the journey. Actually, he encouraged me to convince them to join the scouts themselves.
Honestly, I'm worried. My last conversation with my mother and sisters was when I left to join the scouts. Are they still cross on me?
Sophia, how could they be? You're the hero of Lilygrove now. If they aren't proud of you, then the trouble is with them, not you.
Thank you, Liam. I think I'll go speak to them after dessert.
Yes. Alright, that's everything he's got to say.
Your shoulder is healed. Perhaps we could visit St. Ninian's church.
Oh, yes. I heard John Churchmouth has a delicious array of
That's
golden
another
apples.
name drop. Another character. Right, so, yeah, he wants us to talk to who I'm presuming is Methuselah. But, oh, am I ready to leave? No, I'm not. Wait, who the hell am I talking about then?
Thank you for welcoming us into your abbey, brother.
All creatures are welcome in Redwall.
Okay, it is Methuselah right here. Okay, so we have to talk to him first. It was a bit weird that she was looking at Liam then instead of Methuselah himself.
Would you happen to be Brother Methuselah?
I am, child, and you are Sophia, Lily Grove's hero. Is that right?
Everyone keeps calling me that. I don't really feel that way.
I think perhaps that is precisely what makes you a hero.
Is that like a little sort of skull cap he's got on there, or is that like a bowl patch? No, I think it's like a skull cap type thing. About yourself?
You know, brother, I've heard your name spoken even in Lilygrove. How is it everyone knows you?
You've heard my name, eh? I am acquainted with some of the mice in your village. Friar Thomas, for one, your Captain Robin, the Star Thistles, jolly old Ichabod.
Jolly?
I mean...
I think you may be mistaken.
Yeah, well, I was about to say.
That was a few seasons past, but no, I'm quite sure it's the same mouse. Verily, everyone here knows Ichabod, don't you know that? Anyway, I have made my way around, especially in my youth. Some of these folks, I know their parents, and even their parents' parents. I make it my duty to know all good beasts and their stories.
Do you have a job here at the Abbey?
I am the Abbey gatekeeper and a scholar, the chief record keeper, truly. Some of these mice and moles don't know the value of a good book. I preserve them anyway. I'd like to build a proper library. I've actually been drawing up plans for one, though I'm not sure when it will be done.
I wonder how much fun the voice actor had with this character. Martin.
Methuselah, have you ever heard of someone witnessing the spirit of Martin the Warrior?
Why, yes. It's been rather rare, and no one example entirely credible. But there have been such sightings, usually amongst heroes or those in desperate situations.
I think I might have seen him. In Portman Slough. There was a snake, and we didn't know where to go, and I heard a voice and saw a figure no one else could see.
I believe it is entirely possible it was Martin himself you saw. What an honor it is to be bestowed with a vision of such a mouse.
Cool. About the Scrimpor's about the rats. What else? He goes, oh my gosh, he's got quite... Oh, no, that's just leave Cavern Hall, that one. Okay. About the Scrimpor's.
Are you familiar with Valo Scrimpor and his family? They're healers living in the Winsome Wraith. Or, were.
I have heard of Valo, yes. Though I have unfortunately never made the pleasure. I also heard what he did for you and your friends. What a good beast he must be. And what terrible circumstances have fallen upon him.
And his children as well. Tusset and I... Well, we want to go looking for little Mila.
You call her little. She's taller than you.
More in the whole world than to come to Redwall and study the healing arts. Do you think... would they let her?
So long as I live, I will vouch for such a beast.
Let's just hope you don't have a heart attack or get killed by a fox. Oh no, I'm making a terrible joke about the
What
rats.
do you make of all these rats? Do you think they'll come back?
It is troubling indeed, and unfortunately our Father Abbot doesn't seem to be taking it so seriously. But I don't think you ought to spend your days worrying, Sophia. Leave that to us old folks.
But Cheese Thief might come back, along with who knows how big an army. And we still don't know for sure what it is they wanted in the first place.
This is true. But rest assured, if such an army does arrive, we have Martin himself to guide and protect us.
How dramatic. Alright, we can leave Cavern Hall. I don't think there's anyone else in here to talk to, is there? Are you ready to leave? Yes. Gosh, we talked to everyone.
As for you, dear friend, while not every legend is known and not every tale is told, each is precious beyond measure. Your own tale may take you through pastures and perils, fields and fears. But should you ever find yourself wandering that woodland path, listen for the bells ringing in the distance.
Wait, this feels like
Smell the
an
welcoming
ending.
fires of the evening meal, and watch for that glimpse of red through the forest. Know that you are always welcome within our home, here at Redwall Abbey.
Wait, is that it? Does it end there? The end! Oh! I thought there was going to be more! No? Oh, it got some singing now. Act 3, the Abbey. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're done. We finished. We made it to Redwall. The end of the story, I guess. Well, there you go. There's all your folks. Nice.
When darkness falls upon the
What a game, eh? Lovely stuff. And thanks to those who shall not be named, we see you. What? Ah, here you go, some concept art. So that's the Winsome Wraith. Nice. Ooh. Drying botanical noisemakers. Huh. Interesting. Is that something I missed?
We'll stand and we'll sing
I love these little concept art. Sorry, I was just reading what they say. Ah, interesting. So this is all the planning. I love this kind of thing. There you go. Additional credits, additional beauty. What? Strange. That's Jeb's house, isn't it? Voice actors. Here you go. Yeah. So you got people doing multiple voices there, which actually makes sense. Because there's quite a few different characters there, wasn't there? So wow. Pretty good stuff. Austin Schmidt is the voice of Liam and Martin the Warrior, apparently. Nice. There you are. Within these walls. Was that the one we just heard? Badger Lord Lament.
wandering westward came.
It just says yeet. See that picture on the left? Oh, Asmodeus. Obviously we only got a glimpse of him, but there you go. Clear my throat. Ah yes, the puzzle areas. There's your game testers. Nice.
Strong and bold, Lord of Badgers long foretold.
I'll give my proper thoughts in a second once the credits are over.
The blacksmith God.
Otherwise I am competing with the singing, that's all.
He sleeps in Salamander Straw.
Okay, that must be the Badger Lord Lament song, because it just mentioned Salamandastron, however you pronounce it. Kickstarter backers there. Nice. Puzzle Masters and Illuminators, is that 2 tiers or something of Kickstarter? Kind of like you have on Patreon? I don't know. God, I always love looking at concept arts. It's right up my street, this. Fanboys. There you are.
Corn and wheat growing on the mountain's feet. The tree is dead, its seeds live on and roll and salamander strong.
Guess that was concept art of Redwall towards the end, just a moment ago. Oh, here we are, see? Chairs of varying sizes. Art contest winners. Interesting.
In gear of war, he guards his tomb, the Cavern
nice.
With words of doom, signs and symbols on the walls, all that is and will befall eternal watch from dusk.
That's a pretty impressive artwork. I like that. It's like a proper Redwall tapestry. Martin Rocks. There you go.
In salamander strong.
Lost Legends of Redwall, The Scout, Act 3. Nice. 2020.
Salamander strong.
Well, there you go. Wow. So I was kind of curious then if there would be more to it, but I guess that's where it just ends the story. Yeah. Because I don't think there's going to be an Act 4. I think it's just the 3 acts that they were planning on doing. Unless maybe there are vague plans later down the line to do an Act 4. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Lost Legends of Redwall franchise, The Scout. Acts 1 through 3, we've played them all. That was a nice little way to wrap it up, I think that was. So, you know, as I said with Acts 1 and 2, you can probably see why I do like these games. Even though, you know, they're not kind of perfect in a completely objective technical sense. There are little things here and there which, you know, just need a bit more kind of polish and attention to detail, like, you know, for example, certain dialogue lines not playing, things like that. But, you know, these are all fairly minor things, and actually on the whole, as I said, the reason I like these games is just because of the amount of soul that's been put into them. So they are always quite fun to play. So there you go. We actually get to end it in Redwall itself with everyone safe and sound in the Abbey. So it was good, though, just to have that little section at the very end with Redwall. Because I feel like you can't have a Redwall story. Well, I was about to say you can't have a Redwall story without Redwall appearing in it somewhere, can you? But having said that, I think actually there were some Redwall stories where it didn't actually appear. Those usually that had flashbacks back to like earlier times, things like that. But you know, yeah, you know what I mean. A nice little cameo from Matthias and Methuselah at the end there. Fantastic, gosh. So quite the games there. So if you're, you know, if you're interested in buying these games and playing them for yourself, definitely do so. Here's the thing, right? In my playthroughs, we've only really scratched the surface of what there actually is to find in these games. Because, like, in this one, for example, there were whole areas there with, like, chests and doors with codes on them. Secrets, basically, which probably have more documents and more collectibles behind them. And if you look at the number of achievements for each of the 3 games, there's loads of them. The thing is, like, I think I've only scratched about 10 out of absolutely dozens and dozens of achievements that there are for this one, never mind the other 2. So there's tons of stuff to be found, tons of stuff to be had in these games. So if you're a completionist, there's probably a lot here, you know, in all 3 of these for you to keep going on. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks for watching, and of course, special thanks to Soma Games for making this, and thanks as well to Soma Games for that poster that they sent me, which I showcased at the end of episode 1. You know, very nice stuff. They've really put tons and tons of effort into this, and I wish them the very best. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what sort of games they can produce in future, whether that's another act if ever they would plan to do another one in this series, or indeed just other franchises and series of their own, perhaps. There you go, folks. So I hope you enjoyed, and wow, yeah, leave a like definitely if you enjoyed that, because I always appreciate it just to see when people have enjoyed the videos. Oh, other than that, I think we'll wrap up here. So this is me signing off now. Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And of course, thanks once again everybody for joining me, and thanks once again to Soma Games for making these beautiful little things, these little ways of killing off a few hours. Goodbye everybody, whatever you want to call them. Technically they're supposed to be his fists, but that's how they refer to them. But technically he's using his fist to fire a magic thingy bobber. Oi! Get out of here. Stop it. I want that bubble. It's mine. Okay. And before we go up there, where those yellow and blue lumps are, on the right, there's a cave down here, which may have some interesting secrets in it. Let's go and have a look. So yeah, this is my favourite level of Rayman 2, this one, with all the underwater swimming. I'd probably also say that the underwater level in Rayman 3 is also one of my favourite Rayman levels. That's just red ones, I didn't even need... Whoa, that was a bit of lag then. Jesus. Didn't like that falling.